I'd like to get into my first story of the day. How many of you guys recognize the young man on the right? I hope you recognize the young man on the right. His name is Tamir Rice. Unfortunately, Tamir Rice died at the very young age, the premature age of 12. How many of you guys recognize the young man on the left? Well, that is the man who killed the young man on the right. His name is Timothy Loman. Timothy Loman was the officer who drove up and within 12 seconds decided Tamir Rice was a grown-ass man with a deadly weapon in his hand, and we're not even going to give him a chance to drop his so-called dangerous weapon, which turned out to be a play gun with nothing in it, which is also what the person who actually called 911 said it was. But somehow that information never got to Timothy. And you might say, oh, well, Timothy made a mistake. Yeah, but there's some mistakes that we make that cannot be erased because they erase life. But it wasn't just that. Timothy Loman was a horrible officer to begin with. He should have never been on the Cleveland Police Force. That's not my words. That's the words of the sergeant that he formerly worked for before he started working there. Listen to this. Former Cleveland Police Force Timothy Loman was fired from the force in 2017 for lying about his previous job history. But then he was not indicted for the shooting of Tamir Rice or the killing of Tamir Rice. Loman, he was free to apply for other jobs, so that's exactly what he did. And recently, he was hired again. But you say, Tim Black, what did Loman lie about that got him fired since he was never prosecuted for slaying Tamir Rice? Bel-Air Police Chief Richard Dick Flanagan, not me, not Tim Black, but Police Chief Richard Dick Flanagan says the second chance for Loman, who was a trainee at the time of the shooting, who had been cleared of any wrongdoing, told the Intelligencer he was never charged, it was over and done with. But we cannot forget that Loman joined the Cleveland Police Force after lying about his job history. He was an officer at Independence, Ohio, in the city of Independence, Ohio, where he was forced to resign after being deemed unfit to be a police officer. He also failed a Maple Heights Police Department exam in 2009. Something he also didn't disclose to the Cleveland Police Department. So he was booted off of one police force where they said he was unfit to serve. Then he failed the exams necessary to qualify to be a police officer. But somehow he was still able to become a police officer in the Cleveland Police Department where he gunned down Tamir Rice. Now, if all of that wasn't bad enough, the taking of a 12-year-old's life, all of these problems, all of these failures of the system to make sure good police officers see the streets. To add insult to injury to all of that, Timothy Loman's been hired again as what? Not as a stock clerk at your local Rite Aid or Walmart. No. Not as a tow truck driver for a repo company or a hazard roadside assistance company. No. Maybe he got hired to be the CNI dog for someone who's visually impaired. No, he's not. Timothy Loman was hired once again to be a police officer, regardless to his record, because in the United States, we don't track bad cops, but we track the hell out of citizens. Oh yeah, we love to track citizens. Bad cops do whatever they want. You a bad cop, all you got to do is move one town over. You all good. Fresh start. Never happened. Let you or I try that. They do what's called background checks on us, but bad officers like Timothy Loman just bounce around. Feel safe? I don't know about you, but I wouldn't feel safe if he was patrolling in my neighborhood. I don't feel safe with him patrolling in your neighborhood, and I don't even know you. But I just have to think, in your best interest, you probably wouldn't want to trick a happy cop that couldn't pass exams and who was told he was unfit for duty. This is why we kneel, motherfucker, right here. Oh, why do you kneel? Why do you kneel? Why are you messing up our football? That's why we kneel. This guy right here. All the kneeling, this guys like him. Guys like him, that's the kneeling. No charges whatsoever.